Alright everyone, welcome to Monza. We're here for round 11 of the Tier 1 Season 10. It's going to be a little different today. We're doing a 100% length race with a one-shot qualifying session in advance. So right now we're waiting on all the drivers to get their setups figured out. They'll have one chance to get this done. Have a one-lap qualifying for everybody, and then we'll move on into the Grand Prix. Looks like someone has readied up already, so looks like the drivers are going to be scrambling to get their setups all ready to go before this qualifying kicks off. It's going to probably be a little chaotic, the one-shot qualifying. Don't know that we've ever streamed one of these before, so do my best to try to follow the action as it happens. And here they go. All the drivers are rounding the final corner and about to start their lap. Let's see if we can get any sort of meaningful info on here in real time. All the drivers are away. We'll try to follow this as best we can, but it's probably going to be really hard to tell what's going on until after the fact. But we'll give it a shot. You see all the drivers are on their own little environment, so you can't really see what one's doing in relation to another. But we do have the leaderboard listed on the left side. That should be fairly accurate as far as the progress the drivers have made on the track to this point. Looks like GK Bass is in front at the moment, but got several drivers probably in close proximity here. See the Aston Martin going through the second DRS zone here. Coming towards the final corner. Again, I can only assume that the leaderboard on the left side reflects how far along the track the drivers have made it, so we'll see if that holds true, but it looks like GK Bass is going to be on pole. It looks like he won it by about 0.3 of a second, so really good lap there in this one-shot qualifying format. And get the final results here. And you see GK Bass and Aston Martin does in fact get the pole for today's race. He's followed by Frosty in the Williams, Morris in the Ferrari, Luigi in the Alfa Romeo, Gordsauce in the Mercedes, Noob in the Alfa Romeo, Beast in the Mercedes, Nico John in the Williams, Destroyer in the Haas, Joe in the Ferrari, Femi in the Alpine, Rusty in the Red Bull, and Lucas in the McLaren. Looks like, unfortunately, Ace Edge got disqualified from the session, so he'll be starting in the back. But those are your results. Looks like a pretty good lap from GK Bass, but aside from that, the field seems to be a bunch pretty close together. So hopefully we have an exciting race today. Again, 100% length format, so this will be different than what we usually do. And drivers will be determining what they want to do here for race strategy. It'll be interesting doing a 100% race. Might see some two-stoppers. Two-stop strategy might be viable today. Or I imagine we'll see plenty of people on one-stoppers as well. It'll be interesting to see what people decide to do. But we'll give our drivers a couple of minutes here to make their decisions, and then we'll be back to catch the start of the race. Alright, hopefully I muted myself in the game chat now. Sorry about that, guys. It's been a while since I've broadcasted a race. But hopefully we're good to go now. And again, just waiting for drivers to get their setups, or well, whatever setup changes they can make, but more importantly, their race strategies for today. Luckily, we haven't seen anyone ready up early, so looks like the guys are getting plenty of time to get things ready to go. Alright, it looks like we're about to get started here. Surprised not to get notification that we're about to go, but here we are. And you see all the drivers are away cleanly. Looks like the Williams of Frosty is getting a slight edge going to turn one maybe. So very close racing through there, but GK Bass does get through the chicane in front. Looks like everyone might have gotten away cleanly. So everyone's still moving. Looks like Nico may have gotten slowed down by something through there, but he looks to be moving. I don't see any damage. Looks like we're good to go. So checking out a race out in front. GK has gotten off to a nice start. It's about a half second in front, and you see Morris in the Ferrari is taking second away from Frosty here. So he's going to start to hunt down GK in the Aston. Might have ourselves a good battle for the lead here. Not too long from now. So looking at the race starts from everybody, you can see it looks like Ace Edge in the Aston Martin has gained 3 spots already. So after getting disqualified in qualifying, he's made the most of the start so far. You see, unfortunately, we saw Nico John had some sort of issue through the chicane. He's lost 5 spots. But aside from that, everyone's more or less where they started. Let's see if we can get an idea of what sort of tire strategies people are on. You see most drivers have elected to start the race on medium tires. We do have Morris, who's in second place on the softs, as well as Femi. Actually, it looks like Femi is just coming into the pits to put those softs on. In fact, Femi, Nico John, and Lucas make first lap pit stops. Looks like a couple of them taking wing changes, as well as soft tires for all 3. So those guys will rejoin the race. No way they'll be able to make it to the end of those softs, I imagine, but it'll be interesting to see if they can make their way up to the tail end of the field in a hurry with those soft tires. But getting back to the rest of the field, got a good number of drivers in mediums. Again, Morris on the softs, but Luigi, Ace Edge, and Rusty have all elected for hard tires. So we'll get to see a few different strategies play out here. But for the most part, everyone's away cleanly. Unfortunately, there's 3 guys in the back that had to make a first lap pit stop. Assume they had wing changes, but yeah, they're all on soft tires now. But still running. All 14 starters are still in this race. See, GK has set the early fast lap time with a 1:23.3, but he has Morris running very close behind. We're on lap 3 now, so DRS will become an option as we get into the 2 DRS zones that this track has to offer. Imagine we'll see a lot of drivers in DRS range of the drivers in the front throughout the course of this race here. But who knows, could also see drivers get strung out a little bit. You never know how the race is going to go here. But we'll see what happens here as the first 2 drivers go into the DRS zone for the first time. Is Morris going to be able to do anything about GK here through the early part? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But, again, just following closely, he'll have plenty more chances to try to get out in front. This looks like the best race on the track at the moment, so we'll keep following this for the time being. Looks like GK did make up a little bit of time through that straight there, but Morris will get DRS here, and it's a very powerful DRS straight. He's made a couple tenths, just not quite close enough to put him in range to challenge for the lead there. So we did have a pass a little farther back. Destroyer in the Haas got by Beast in the Mercedes on that DRS straight. But assuming nothing changes, Destroyer is about 2 seconds behind the car in front of him. Beast will get DRS on the next DRS straight. Or he might be able to do something here. He takes a look, but it's not quite enough. But he'll get another chance as we get onto the DRS straight. This DRS straight, you know, sometimes if you're close enough, the DRS helps, but it's definitely a little shorter than the main straight. As you see, Beast didn't quite get close enough there to challenge for the position. Let's go back to our race for the lead. And yeah, Morris might be able to get him this time. He's only about a tenth back. The DRS is going to make a huge difference here. And see, he's gotten alongside. Let's see if the DRS can carry him to the front. And he gets by pretty easily there. So you see Gord's also set the fastest lap of the race, and looks like he's starting to reel these 2 men a little bit. See, I got a message in the chat. Looks like the chat's blocking the leaderboard, so I'm gonna hit pause here and see if I can do anything about that. Okay, hopefully that's a little better. Yeah, it looks like it's still on there, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, looks like I got it. Sorry, it took me a second to figure that out. But hopefully that looks a little better for the viewers. You can see we still have the same race for the lead going on here. Morris is leading GK Bass by about 0.6 of a second. So they are on different tire strategies at the moment. So we'll see here when the next couple of laps if Morris's soft start degrade a little bit and make things a little easier for GK. Looks like GK might be just a little bit too far back here entering this main straight to take advantage of the DRS, but I don't know. He's getting pretty close. And he does get alongside entering turn 1. And he makes the pass. GK Bass to the lead. Only 7 laps into this 53 lap race, but looking like it's going to be a good battle here. See the top 5 are all pretty close together, all within about 2.5 seconds here. But the drivers from 6 on back have lost a little bit of ground, so we've got about a 7-second gap between 5th and 6th at the moment. So that puts Beast and the Mercedes at risk, not having DRS from the car in front. As you can see, Noob does get a little close there during that DRS zone, just not quite close enough. Looks like a little bit of neck code or something going on there. Seeing the cars swinging out way wide, but it doesn't look like there's actually any problem. Let's see here if Noob can do anything when he gets DRS on the front straight. Yeah, looks like we've had some action up towards the front. Looks like Luigi Sven has gotten past Gourd Sauce. Still have the same drivers in 1-2. Morris leading GK Bass. You see Joe in the Ferrari has come in for an early pit stop. Didn't see a wing change, may have missed it, but looks like this is just an early pit stop for him. Going on to the softs, so looks like a fallback. Femi does just barely get past him there. Again, Femi pitted on the end of lap 1 for a wing change and some new softs. So those guys, it looks like they're making up a little ground on the rest of the field, but not really a whole lot. But again, this is a long race. Anything can happen. Safety car will bring everyone right back together. Yeah, everyone's going to keep going for now, and they're going to hope something happens to make their race a little better. But up front, we still got the same drivers. 1-2. They've been 1-2 the whole race. Really good battle up here. This DRS is letting them trade the lead back and forth. As you see, GK Bass gets past Morris again. The back and forth battle is also allowing the cars behind to stay within DRS range. So Luigi Sven has, as we mentioned earlier, he got past Gourd Sauce, and he's made up some ground with these front 2, within a second of the lead at the moment. So as the top 2 keep battling back and forth, he can put himself in position to battle these guys as well. So the top 3 runners right now, all on different tire compounds. GK with the mediums, Morris with the softs, and Luigi Sven is our top hard runner at the moment. So see if he can stay in the DRS range here, those hard tires may start to come to life, and he may find himself in a really good position. Yeah, he's definitely making up some ground. This could become a 3-car race for the lead at any moment. And looking at penalties, see we've got a couple of 3-second track limits penalties at the moment. Joe and Femi have each picked one up, but clean going for everyone else so far. And you see the race for the lead. Picking up again here in the front stretch. Morris is back to the front, but Luigi has gotten really close to GK Bass here. So this has become a proper 3-car battle. As you see there, Lucas8 has also picked up a 3-second penalty for track limits. Warnings, unfortunately. But we've gotten ourselves a really good battle for the lead early on. We're only 10 laps into a 53-lap race. This race is just getting started, but looks like we're in for a good one today. Yeah, they're all nose to tail. Basically nothing separating these guys at the moment. And you see Frosty starting to creep into the picture as well. And he's only 1.2 seconds out of the lead. Yeah, Gord's still within 2 seconds of the lead as well. So this has been a 2-car race, but these other guys here, they're very much in it just as well as everyone else. And looks like we're going to have the lead traded again here. This DRS zone, this front stretch DRS zone is very powerful. You don't even have to be all that close really just to get within the DRS and then rocket past the car in front. Makes a big difference. Yeah. Might see the lead traded here. Back and forth every lap of this race. Things keep going the way they're going. It looks like Frosty may have lost a little bit of time. At some point, he was just about a second out of the lead, but he's now falling behind Gord. He's 2.5 seconds back. So, don't know, maybe he just had a bad corner somewhere. Doesn't look like he's lacking pace at the moment. Staying right there with Gord Sauce. So unfortunately missed whatever happened there, but yeah, looks like he's going. Still got good pace, and as you can see there, through that second DRS zone, he gets past Gord Sauce. So those guys are dropped back a little bit from the front 3 now, but they're not too far back. Yeah, Luigi's still managing to pull even closer to these guys. Yeah, so we got a proper 3-way battle for the lead at the moment. You see, we're going to have the lead traded again here at the end of this DRS zone. Morris gets back in front. So you can see at the moment, 12 laps in, looks like the mediums and softs that these guys have are behaving pretty much equally, and even the hards that Luigi has, he's right there with them. So it'll be interesting to see what happens as we start to get into pit stops. You would assume Morris with the softs was going to be the first one in. Will he get a bit of an undercut going on to either mediums or hards? We'll just have to see how things play out, I guess. Yeah, it's really impressive the way these 3 are battling so closely with each other. We've had some sort of incident. Looks like in Sector 1, it's like Nico and Lucas8 may have come together. Lucas8's gotten a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision. Looks like his car may be stuck. Looks like he does get moving though. So no safety car, no virtual safety car. Looks like we're all good to go. But Lucas8 and Nico both lost considerable amount of time there from whatever happened. Both of them will be hoping for a safety car so they can get competitive again. But yeah, everyone's moving. No caution flags, no safety cars. So we'll keep going the way things are. Up front, still got the same 3. All within a second of each other. Very good battles up here. And you see Frosty picks up a 3-second time penalty due to multiple track limits warnings there. That's unfortunate. He's been having a really good race. But at the moment, that 3 seconds isn't costing him any positions because he does have an 8-second gap over 6th place. And we'll see if we have another lead change here on the front straight. As Nico John has unfortunately had to make a pit stop due to that incident that occurred in Sector 1. He's lost a lap, first driver to fall a lap behind today. But it looks like he is going to be able to continue going. So Morris is holding the lead through the DRS straight. You see the top three have started to build a little more of a gap over 4th place Gourd Sauce. He's now 5 seconds out of the lead. Then you got Gourd Sauce and Frosty here. The lap car of Nico is right behind those guys, but then you got about a 9-second gap back to 6th place. We have Noob in 6th place right now. He's got about a 3-second gap over 7th place. Beast in the Mercedes. Destroyer in the Haas is right behind him and is going to be looking to challenge for that position here shortly. This is a good battle. See if he can do anything here in this second DRS zone. He's getting pretty close. He might be able to get alongside right here at the end of the straight. It's just not quite close enough. But he will have another chance as we get onto that more powerful front straight. He might, I don't know, he looks like didn't have the greatest exit there. It looks like he might just stay within DRS range. But he's probably not going to be close enough on this occasion to challenge for the position. Let's see if he does in fact get DRS. Yep, there we go, the wing opened up. So he'll make up some time. He won't get close enough to challenge for the position here, but he does at least live to fight on another day. We'll check back for that battle later on. Right now in 9th place, got Ace Edge, kind of all by himself on the track. He'll look to make up some time with those guys in front, but he doesn't face any sort of threat behind him right now. He's got an 18-second gap back to Rusty and Joe, who are having themselves a good little battle here going into turn 1. We got Femi a little farther back in 12th. And again, we already mentioned Lucasade and Nico John had a problem in Sector 1. This cost those guys a bit of time. Lucasade right now is hanging on to the end of the lead lap, but the leaders are getting closer to him. Within a few laps, he may end up going a lap down here. And of course, Nico John has already gone a lap down due to having to make that pit stop. We got ourselves a caution Sector 1, and it's Lucasade. Looks like he had a problem entering the chicane, but he's gotten going again, so no harm, no foul. He lost himself a little bit of time. But still moving. I don't see any damage, so hopefully he can keep going. And again, rejoin our battle for the lead. These guys are just as close as they were the last time we looked at them. Maybe even a little closer. As Luigi, in 3rd place, is only 3/4 tenths a second off of the lead. This might be one of the best three-way battles for the lead I've ever seen in this league. These guys, really nothing separating them. I've seen Morris and GK trade the lead basically every lap here. As to say, that looks like GK lost a couple of tenths on Morris, and Luigi's getting very close to him. Looks like GK does make up the time mostly back through that next to last straight. He'll probably put himself in a close enough position to challenge for the lead here on the main DRS straight. And there he goes, makes the move to the inside, and he gets it done. The GK Bass back to the lead. So we've had ourselves another caution, looks like a Red Bull. Yeah, it's Rusty in the Red Bull round. Looks like he's gotten going again. He's lost the position to Femi, unfortunately. I know he was racing with Joe earlier, I'm not sure if anything happened there, but I'm not seeing any damage on Rusty's car. It looks like he's good to keep moving, just unfortunately lost some time there. Yeah, this 100% race is going to be a real endurance test for everybody out there. We don't, as far as I know, we've never done one of these before in PRL. It's obviously twice the length of our normal races. It's going to be interesting to see who can manage to keep going strong throughout the entire length of the race. We're only 17 laps in. We've seen a couple drivers have some issues already. But yeah, all 14 of the drivers are still moving. So at least they're all still in the race. We've got that going for us. Got a really good battle for the lead going for us here. It's really impressive the way these guys have been able to stay so close with each other. Barely anything separating them. And, it's been really clean racing. Haven't seen any contact or anything. It's like every time we look at them, they've traded the lead between GK Bass and Morris. It's just a really good back and forth battle, and Luigi's been in third pretty much this whole time, but it looks like he's just biding his time. He's definitely been able to hang with these guys. And it looks like Destroyer's had some sort of issue in the Haas. See, he's going a little slowly there on the front straight, and he's lost a position or two. I know he got passed by the Aston Martin of Ace Edge. I don't know if he was ahead of some of those other guys or not earlier. Yeah, he's lost some time. He's moving again. Not seeing any damage. It looks like his front wing's intact at least. So he should be good to keep going. Oh, and we see that Gourd Sauce has picked up a 3-second penalty for track limits warnings. Yeah, at the moment that's not going to affect him. It's not. He doesn't have anyone within 3 seconds behind him. As we see, Frosty has picked up a second 3-second penalty. So he's still comfortably in 5th place, even with the 6 seconds of penalties picked up. But he's probably not going to want to pick up another one of those if he can help it. Started to be in danger of losing position if he lost another 3 seconds. As we see, the lead does get traded again there on the front stretch. Morris is in front in the Ferrari. Yeah, it's just really, really good racing by these three. Yeah, kind of seems like Luigi might be just biding his time a little bit. But with those hard tires, you got to think this might start to become his window here. Yeah, definitely agree with what Ramsey said in the chat. Morris going 19 laps in these softs and being as strong as he is, it's really impressive performance. Got to think he'd be looking to make a pit stop here before too long. Looks like Morris maybe getting DRS, maybe not. He does have a lap car right in front of him, or soon to be lap car. I think that's Lucasade. He's had a couple of issues, unfortunately. Now he's at risk of losing that lap. So in the next couple of straights or so, he's probably gonna get blue flags and have to give that up to Morris. As we see, first pit stop from one of our front runners, Gourd Sauce has come in here at the end of lap 19. And it looks like he's going on the soft, so this might be a 2-stopper from him. We'll just have to see how it goes. I don't think he's going to the end on those softs. We saw there Rusty picked up a 3-second track limits warning, 3-second penalty due to warnings as well. So we've had a number of guys pick up penalties here in the early going. Yeah, a bunch of penalties due to track limits. Then we have a 5-second penalty there for Lucasade for a collision with Nico John earlier in the race. Yeah, we're only 20 laps into a 53 lap race. It looks like track limits penalties are going to be a thing that's going to make a difference here. As we see, Luigi Sven has gotten to second place. Let's see. Yeah, he got to second place because Morris made a pit stop. And yeah, 20 laps into the race on the softs. Yeah, that was definitely a stint from him. It looks like he's on hard tires now. I imagine he's going to be looking to go the remaining 33 laps on those hards. So we'll see. What we'll see how GK Bass and Luigi Sven react. We may see a pretty substantial undercut if they don't make a stop here before too long. I think Gordsauce pitted just one lap before Morris, and looks like he may have made up a little bit of time just from that one lap. Yeah, we'll see what these two guys up front decide to do here. Just one lap after Morris made his stop. See if they react accordingly. Okay, so they're not coming in on this lap. So they're not going to be baited into anything. They're going to keep going along with their original strategies. So we see Luigi has gotten past GK Bass there on the DRS straight. Has gotten to the lead for the first time in this race. He was following the front two pretty closely for the entire time. But now he slided into second place, and the car in front of him didn't have DRS. He took advantage and got to the lead himself. So we'll see if he can keep it. So you see Cord Sauce on those new soft tires setting the fastest lap time of the 1:22.3. Be interesting to see what Morris does on his hard tires, if he can come close to that. You see, looking at the timing up in the top right, the lap time's definitely gone up quite a bit through sector 2. Luigi's about 1.2 seconds off his best lap time. So the longer these guys stay out there, they're probably going to give quite a bit of time to Morris. So they're going to stay out for at least another lap, both of them will. I do want to get an idea of what Morris is doing as far as lap times go with those new hard tires. So we'll see what we get here at the line. So it's pretty close to his personal best. He doesn't take the fastest lap time of the race, so not really anything he can do about that with Gord being on softs at the moment. But he is running strong laps, and yeah, he's going to probably have a substantial lead by the time these front two come in, or the front three come in, I should say, as Frosty is still out as well. Yeah, it looks like while we were following along there, GK Bass was able to get back in front, probably with the help of DRS along that main straight. These two are really close together. As you see, it looks like lap car on fresh tires is passing these guys, which is fine. They're allowed to do that. I think that's Femi there in 12th place. It's always cool when you go a lap down and you have an opportunity to unlap yourself, even if it is largely due to the benefit of fresher tires. It's always cool when you can say you passed the leader. So that may give GK some DRS here at some point. I don't know that he's going to be able to drive away from GK. go. Look further back, a little further back, see what's going on. Got ourselves a good battle here for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Got Noob, Destroyer, and Joe all really close together here. They're closing in on Definite Beast in the Mercedes as well. So we've got some time penalties that are going to make a difference here at the end of the race. But as far as battling on the track goes, this is a pretty good one as well. And several guys really close together here. So I haven't kept up too much with these guys, so get an idea here where everyone's at as far as pit strategy goes. So you can see the top three, none of them have made a stop yet. All 23, 24 laps into their stints. They're not doing too bad as far as pace goes. I mean, Morris has only really made up like a second or two since he made his pit stop. But these guys are going to have to make a stop at some point. They have to get up sometime, so Morris probably will cycle through with the lead by the time everything's said and done. You're seeing GK and Frosty, they've each gone 24 laps on mediums, whereas Luigi's gone 24 laps on hards. It looks like these strategies are all working out really similar. We've had a retirement on track. Looks like Rusty has crashed down in the Red Bull. That's unfortunate. And we do get a full safety car. That will definitely change everything here. It's about halfway into this race. Not quite halfway, but we'll see what everyone does. These front three, definitely going to see those guys in to make a stop, because they haven't made one yet. But will Morris stay out on those hards that he just got 4 laps ago? Will he switch to something else? It'll be interesting to see what everyone decides to do here. So there we go, our front two dive down. They're going to make their stops. We'll see what they decide to bolt on here. This is a completely different race now. Whatever happens, we'll see if everyone decides to go hard to the end. Obviously, Luigi started on hard, so he puts on mediums. So we'll have GK on the hards, Luigi on the mediums. Let's see what Frosty decides to do here. Imagine he's going to be bolting on some hards. Oh, he's going to put on softs. We'll see how that plays out. And Morris makes a stop as well. Even though he just stopped 4 laps ago, he's going to be on mediums now. Assume he's going to go to the end on those. We have gourd sauce. Let's put on hards. Ace Edge will be the next one. And the crew's out there with mediums for him. It looks like Lucas 8 has decided to come in and retire under safety car in the pits. Rough race for him, unfortunately. You see there, we've got hards for the other Mercedes of Definite Beast. Ace Edge put on mediums. We've got Joe and the Ferrari on mediums. Got the Haas of Destroyer on hards. Noob is put on mediums. And the Alfa Romeo. Looked like Finley almost missed the pits there. But he's on. He's good to go. And it looks like he will be able to make his pit stop, put on new tires, and not lose a lap here. So that's good to see. And it looks like the same thing for Nico John here. He's Finley put on the softs. We'll see what Nico decides to do. And looks like the crew is out there. New set of tires for him. Can't tell what they are at the moment. Yeah, it's got mediums. So yeah, really mixed bag of strategy. Looks like about half the guys have decided to go with mediums. Got several guys with hards, and then a couple guys with softs as well. So we're going to get a nice safety car restart here in a lap or two. And we're going to get to see a bunch of different strategies play out. See which one ends up being the right strategy call. Yeah, one thing this safety car does is it definitely helps out the guys who have managed to keep it on track and not pick up any time penalties due to track limits warnings. So far we have 6 drivers who haven't picked up a time penalty. So the guys who have picked up time penalties, with everyone being bunched up, it's going to hurt them quite a bit because everyone's going to be within their time penalty windows. But yeah, we're only halfway into this race, still a long way to go, then they can build those gaps back up. But for the time being, everyone is going to be right under a blanket. So that 6 second penalty, 6 seconds worth of penalties that Frosty has picked up, that's going to hurt him quite a bit. So as far as the top half of our field, Frosty and Gord are the ones that have picked up penalties. Guys a little further back picked up some penalties as well, including Joe, Noob, Destroyer, and Femi. Nico has not picked up any penalties yet. He's going to get to catch up to the field. I assume he's going to get caught up to the field before we go green again. And he's going to be able to take advantage of all those time penalties the guys in front have picked up. So what originally wasn't looking like such a great race for him, the safety car has changed everything, and he's going to put himself in a good position to take advantage here. Take a moment to look at position changes while everyone gets all caught up here. So you can see the big mover on the day has been Ace Edge and the Aston Martin. He's picked up 9 positions. Started in last as he got disqualified during qualifying. So he's been able to capitalize and make the most of this race. He's already up to 5th, and now obviously the safety car is bunching everyone up. We'll see if he can make up a few more positions maybe. But great race from him so far to recover from 14th and pick up 9 spots. No other real big movers. Had some guys pick up a couple spots here and there, but for the most part everyone's in the same basic area that they started in. As you see, the safety car will be coming in this lap. The rear of the field hasn't fully caught up yet, but it looks like they should make it there before we go green. So at this point it's just Femi, who is not caught up to the pack, but he's just about there. Yeah, he'll definitely be good to go before we get going. This should be a wild restart. Follow along with our top guys here and see what happens. Looks like GK is already getting up to speed here, rounding the final corner. He's got Luigi behind him, about half a second of an advantage to this point at least. But it looks like Luigi's making up some time, so he's probably discharging a little bit of battery there. But GK does comfortably hold the lead at the moment. You see a little farther back, Destroyer has gotten past Noob for 9th place. But it looks like everyone had a clean restart for the most part. Everyone's moving cleanly. So we've got Morris behind Frosty as a result of that safety car. It looks like he's got a little more pace at the moment, but see if he can make the pass somewhere. No DRS for the first couple of laps at least, so he's going to have to do it on his own power if he's going to do it now. So you see Luigi has gotten past GK Bass down that straight. So he probably discharged quite a bit of battery to get to that point, but you could tell that he really wanted the lead and he got it. So there he is. Luigi Sven and the Alfa Romeo's got into the lead. GK Bass still in second. Frosty's holding on to third. And that Williams. And we got Morris in fourth. Kind of got disadvantaged a little bit, having made a stop before the safety car. So he lost some track position. We'll have to see if he can recover here. And again, it looks like he's faster than Frosty, maybe faster than GK at this point. But it's hard to make a pass here sometimes, especially without the DRS here in the first couple of laps after the safety car restart. Prior to the safety car, we had ourselves a good 3-car battle for the lead. Looks like this one we have ourselves a good 4-car battle for the lead. These guys are all hanging really tight with each other. Again, we haven't had DRS kick on yet, but when it does, probably see quite a few leads flops. These guys are staying really close with one another. Gortsov sets a new fastest lap of the race with a 1:21.7 on mediums. It's a pretty good lap at this stage. And I just want to get an idea of tire strategies here. You can see our top 3 guys are all on different strategies. Luigi being on mediums, GK on hards, Frosty on softs. I'm not sure if Frosty's planning to try to go to the end on those softs, but that would be quite an accomplishment if he could. Still got quite a ways to go. Then obviously we've got Morris in 4th place in mediums, and several guys back behind him in mediums as well. The only other driver on a different strategy we have is Definite Beast on the hards. But our top 3 guys are on different strategies. Definitely makes things interesting. See how this plays out as the race progresses. And looks like something may have happened a little farther back. Looks like Definite Beast lost some positions. We've got Femi up to 9th place, Noob up to 10th. But it looks like everyone is moving. Don't see any damage or anything. Looks like we're all good to go. Still got Luigi leading the race out in front, but everyone behind him is really close. Got 4 cars within 1.1 seconds at the moment. Gortsauce isn't too much further back there. He's only 1.8 off of the lead. Those five kind of broken away from the rest of the pack a little bit. Ace in 6th place is about 5 seconds off of the lead already. He's got Joe and Destroyer just behind him. And then a little bit more of a breakaway there to Femi and Noob. About another second to Definite Beast, and another 2 seconds back to Nico John. This has been a really good battle up front. Really good battle for the entire race. Started out with Morris and GK Bass up front. Luigi caught up to those guys on hards and joined them. And yeah, even after a safety car, got the same 3 guys up front plus Frosty, as you see there, entering the main straight. Morris has gotten by Frosty for 3rd place. Gordsauce has closed in these guys even more. He'll probably be challenging Frosty here within the next couple of turns. It looks like Ace Edge got, I don't think anything happened to him. I think he just lost a couple of positions. The other guys got DRS on the main straight. Yeah, that DRS in the main straight can be really powerful. Be a disadvantage to be in front of guys at times. You see, looks like he's been able to get right back past Joe. And he's going to see if he can get by Destroyer. He should get DRS here in the next DRS zone. Yeah, he should get it. Yep, he's within a second. So he'll probably be challenging Destroyer again by the time they get back to the main straight. But back up to our top 5, and yeah, this is just as close as ever. Yeah, it's a really good battle from first all the way back to 5th. And, yeah, Gord wasn't right up there with these guys earlier, but he's made up a little bit of time. And, yeah, this is definitely become a 5-car battle. Luigi's been able to hold these guys off without having the benefit of DRS, while they have had the benefit of DRS. So not sure if it's setup difference. It's allowing him to sort of maintain that lead a little better than the other guys did, because it seemed like when we had GK and Morris in first and second, they were swapping the lead back and forth on that straight every single lap, basically. But Luigi seems like he's able to do a little bit better job of holding the lead. This has been some really good racing so far. And, you know, obviously with this being a 100% format, we still got quite a bit of racing left to go as well. So ordinarily we'd already be done by now, but we're pretty much just getting started. Got almost a whole race left to go. And you see Gordsos has gotten by Frosty for 4th place there. Femi has picked the 3-second penalty for track limits warnings. Saw earlier Frosty had picked up another 3-second penalty as well. So these penalties are going to come back to haunt some of these guys as we get to the end of the race. The guys that have been able to keep it on track and not pick up any penalties, they're going to really be able to take advantage. So you see GK has gotten past Luigi on the front straight on this occasion. And that'll put him up to the lead. We've got Morris right behind Luigi. He'll be looking to challenge as well. Really just what a great race by these guys. It's been really close the whole time, really clean too. I hope I don't curse that, but it's been a lot of fun to watch. You're seeing the best of the best that Piero has to offer going to work here. It's like you don't even need anyone to commentate. You know, just sit back and watch and enjoy it. Yeah, I'm just that's what I'm trying to do here, but hopefully I can give helpful commentary as well. As we get a 3-wide battle there towards the end of the straight. Morris is going to the front. Luigi has gotten past GK as well. He's in second. So, you know, just like that, GK has fallen from first to third, just due to not having DRS, due to being the leader. So, see what happens towards the end of the race, but the DRS is probably going to play a factor. You know, you're going to be at a certain point where you don't want to be the leader. You want to be behind. You want to have the benefit of that DRS so you can make a strong run down the straight and pass people. Put yourself in a position where you're the leader, you don't have DRS, you can be a setting duck. And I imagine these guys are going to be really conscious of that as we get to the end of the race, especially the next to last lap, last time going down that big DRS straight. But Morris is in the lead, and he might try to make that all together irrelevant. He's just about a second ahead of Luigi here. I think Luigi will be just close enough to maintain DRS range here. But Morris just about escaped. It was very close. But you see just how powerful this DRS is. And Luigi was a full second behind almost, and just like that, he's back to the lead. If you can break free of that 1 second range the car behind, get away from him, you can put yourself in a really good position. But you know, even if you're only 9/10 of a second ahead, you're putting yourself in danger. DRS makes a huge difference. Yeah, this continues to be a really good battle here up front. You see, still got GK Bass within DRS range, still got Gortsauce within DRS range. Frosty looks like he's falling a little further back, but he is still within DRS range of Gortsauce in front. So starting to have some separation here. But Luigi and Morris stay very close together here. We'll see if Morris can get by here on the main straight with DRS. Looks like Luigi's going to hold the lead here, at least on this occasion. Luigi continues to hold the lead here. Morris closing behind. Looks like there's a little bit of a gap beginning to form between 2 and 3. But yeah, still within DRS range here. See at this point, the softs for Frosty may have fallen off just a bit. He's lost DRS range. He's about 2 seconds behind Gortsauce at this point. But the top 4 all holding really close together. Only about 1.5 seconds separating all 4 of them. I think all of these guys are on mediums except for GK. I think he's on hards. Yeah. So, 14 laps in those softs. They have been just a little bit too much for Frosty. He should still be able to hold to those guys behind him. He's got about 10 seconds on him right now. But of course, we do have the penalties to think about. 9 seconds of penalties for Frosty and Joe. Ace Edge back in 9th. Having picked up no penalties, he could find himself picking up several spots here by the end of this race. Just due to virtue of keeping it on track. You know, sometimes it's all it takes. yeah, we continue to see really good racing here up front. I don't know if at some point if we'll start to see that these hards that GK has start to become an advantage, or it looks like the mediums have been holding them pretty well for most guys. So I'm not sure if we'll see them drop off at all or not. I see Morris thinks about taking a look to the outside there, but it's not quite close enough to make it happen. Luigi manages to hold the lead here on lap 41. GK and Gourd Sauce are really close together at this point. You know, I think it was about 1.5 seconds back to fourth earlier. Now it's just 1.1. Yes, kind of incredible. It's going to be 41 laps into a race and have 4 guys all be really close together like this. Really good race by all. Let's check in on the battle for P8. Femi in 8th place. Got Definite Beast in the Mercedes close behind, Destroyer right behind him, and yeah, it's Ace Edge back in 11th. So he's dropped off a little bit, but again, he's been able to keep it on track here, and he could take advantage. Some of these other guys are going to have already picked up track limits penalties, so he could definitely take advantage of that if he can stay close to these guys or pass them by the end of the race. We've got a move here. Joe and the Ferrari is making a pit stop. No, it looks like he's going to retire in the pits. Joe's a Tier 2 driver. He's probably in this race getting some practice. Probably figures he's gotten enough at this point. So we'll see him again in Tier 2 here in just under an hour. Yeah, it looked like he retired in the pits properly, but they are sending his car back out on track. Shouldn't cause any problems. Looks like we'll be fine, but we'll keep an eye on that. Just continue to have ourselves a good battle for the lead. It's been constant this entire race. Yeah, they haven't let up for even one lap. Four cars all within a second of each other. So Luigi takes a look to the inside there going into turn 1, but backs off, and Morris will continue to hold the lead here. Again, Frosty's dropped off a little bit, but he has managed to stay 10 seconds ahead of the car behind him. So, should be good to hold on to that position, but we'll keep an eye on that as things go. We've got a noob up to 6th place now in the Alfa Romeo. It looks like he's managed to clear himself from DRS range at Definite Beast. He's just about a second and a half behind at this point. He's got Femi right behind him, as well as Destroyer. So good battles all over the track at the moment. It's really hard to decide what we want to keep an eye on. We've been looking at the leaders for most of the race, but we'll give justice to some of the other guys here as well, at least for a little bit. Monza is just a really fun track to drive. Oh no, just saw someone spin out. That looks like that was Destroyer, and it looked like he hit the wall and is going to be out of the race. So we'll get another safety car here. And it looked like Femi and Ace Edge were able to react quickly enough to get into the pits, as well as Nico John. They will be able to come in, put on fresh tires, drive back up, and they may be able to pass some of these guys that weren't able to stop here on the first lap. So again, this changes everything for the second time. So only 9 laps to go. Imagine if these guys are going to stop, and they probably will, that they're going to put on softs. I think they would want to put on anything else at this stage unless they don't have any softs left. But I think everyone should be good as far as that goes. It would really just be a question of if the guys from 8th on back, they were able to pit on the first lap, if they will be able to make up any positions as a result of that. Imagine all of these guys are going to be going soft at this point. So our front 4 for sure. There's Frosty and Williams, softs as well. There's Noob and Beast. I guess we'll have the whole field on fresh softs. And it looks like these guys are going to be good. It looks like the guys that were able to pit on the lap before are not going to be able to pass them here. So no unfair advantage, no unfair disadvantage. Everyone will come back out the way that they came in, and they'll all come out with a fresh set of softs. So we'll have ourselves a fancy little shootout here to the end. Everyone on equal tire footing after 45 laps of excitement all the way through the field. We'll see if everyone can get caught up in time for us to have the safety car come in on this lap. I don't know if that'll happen or not. Maybe another lap. But either way, we're going to get ourselves 7 or 8 laps. Hopefully 7 or 8 laps to the end with no more incidents. Just the 2 safety cars so far today. The safety cars have definitely changed things up. But we've had the same guys in the top 3 for the majority of the race. Luigi, Morris, GK, they've all been really competitive. They've all led at times. They've traded the lead back and forth multiple times. It's been a lot of fun to watch. And I don't think we're getting the safety car in on this lap. So it looks like we'll probably have ourselves a 7-lap shootout. So we've got ourselves 10 drivers left in this race. So just by virtue of finishing this race, looks like guys are going to be able to get themselves some really good points. Obviously, the point situation doesn't matter a whole lot for Morris. He's already clinched his 3rd straight championship. But there's some points battles all the way back through the rest of the field that some of these guys are going to be able to take advantage of. Before we go green, take a look here at the penalty situation. So our top 3 are all on equal footing. No time penalties at the moment. Gordon, Frosty, and Noob have all picked up some penalties of 3 seconds, 9 seconds, and 6 seconds. Femi, a couple positions back, has also picked up 6 seconds worth of penalties. So the guys that have managed to keep it on track and not pick up any penalties, they're in a really good position here, especially being bunched up with just six or 7 laps to go. We were able to go green this time by. But See why we wouldn't be. And there it is. Yeah, the safety car will be in this time. So we'll get ourselves a restart with 7 laps to go. Luigi will be leading them to the restart. And it looks like Luigi is going. We're green again here at Monza. So Luigi's about half a second out in front. Should be able to go into turn 1 comfortably, not have to worry too much. And he holds the lead through the chicane. Let's see if everyone else makes it through cleanly. It looks like we are good to go. So up front, got Luigi leading. Morris is closing in on him. It's a gap of less than 0.2 of a second now. It's going to be a really competitive race to the end. And at this point, all different strategies are out the window because everyone is on a fresh set of soft tires. Everyone is in close proximity to one another. So just be about who can be the fastest, who can make the best passes, and who will make the best use of DRS and battery and all that. It's up to the drivers to make it happen on their own at this point. You see Morris is closing in on Luigi. Those two managed to break away from him. GK in 3rd place just a little bit. But those 3 have been the top 3 for vast majority of the race. So you see fastest lap started to roll in was Luigi, and Morris just bested him just by a little bit. So at this point we got 6 laps to go. Close battle for the lead here. And really, any of these top 3 guys deserve it. They've all managed to lead at different phases of the race. They'll have been really competitive. Good, clean racing up front. Couldn't complain too much about any of these guys winning the race. Sven's doing really good to hold on to the lead here at this stage. But things are going to change a little bit on the next lap when the drivers start to get DRS. This DRS in the front straight can make you a sitting duck for the cars behind you. So this should probably be the last time down this straight where Luigi Sven can breathe easily. It's going to get hairy on the next lap for sure. This will be our first time with DRS on after the safety car restart. We haven't really seen a whole lot of passes down this straight. You should see there Morris gets close, but not close enough. And unfortunately, Frosty's picked up another 3-second time penalty that brings him up to 12 seconds for the race. And obviously, with the safety cars that we've had, it's bunched everyone up, and that's going to hurt him a little bit in the final rankings. but he has had himself a good race. He's been in the top 5 position-wise all race long. It's been just a little bit off the pace of these top 4 guys, though. As you can see there with DRS, Morris is able to get to the lead. And not only that, but GK in the Aston Martin gets to second as well. And it looks like he will be able to hold it, in fact, through the chicane. But Luigi didn't give up, and he managed to just get right back in front of GK there at the exit. So now we'll see if Luigi can hang within 1 second of Morris or not. It might be game over if he can't. The DRS is really powerful. If you can't have that DRS advantage, it's going to hurt. And I think Luigi may be within DRS range here. It was very close. No, I don't think he got it. Just quite didn't get DRS. But it looks like he is expending quite a bit of battery to try to get back there. At this point, he's 0.8 of a second back, and he should be able to get DRS here. Should be able to stay within 1 second. The detection point at the end of the straight. So, a strong fight there from Luigi to get back within that 1 second DRS range so that he can open up that rear wing and try to make a little bit of time on Morris here. As you can see, that gap coming down by tenths at a time. He was about 0.8 down, now he's just 0.3 down. It makes a huge difference. We only have 3 laps to go here. It's going to be go time. But you want to time it right. If you're going to make a pass, you don't want to time it and give them time to pass you back in the main DRS straight. Best time to pass would probably be hitting that straight on lap 52. But we'll see what Luigi has in mind here. So we'll get DRS down this straight. Probably going to want to hang back and not make the pass. We'll see what he decides to do. He gets close, but yeah, he doesn't make the pass. Patient enough to sit back and wait for another occasion. Yeah, these top 3, I mean, and Gordsauce too even, but these guys have all been really close the entire race. So here we go, we're on lap 52. Looks like going 3 wide. GK to the front. Maybe some slight contact there, but clean enough for sure. Got GK Bass to the lead, and Luigi gets past Morris as well to take second. But we're going to have at least one more full run down that straight before the end of this race. So GK make his move 1 lap too early. We'll just have to wait and see here. You know, really, any of these top 4 guys could still pull it off. Just have to see how it goes. Better top 4 here within 1.2 seconds. So we're coming around the last turn, getting ready to take the white flag. It's going to be a great run to the finish here. There we go, last lap of the race. GK Bass takes the white flag in first place. Luigi Sven just behind in second, but he gets DRS on that main straight. Oh, a little bit of wheel rub there. And they're still side by side coming out of the chicane, but GK Bass does just hold on to it. It looks like everybody is out of battery at this point. They've all been fighting so hard for position here. GK holds the lead through the next chicane. We'll have one more full DRS zone here before the end of the race. I don't know if it'll be enough. There we go, they're on to the last DRS straight of the race. You see GK there with no battery, no DRS. Not sure if Luigi's going to have enough, not quite enough to get alongside there. GK may just barely be safe. GK is coming around the final corner. He's got 0.3 of a second gap back to the guys behind. And it looks like it's going to just be enough. Oh, and Gourd Sauce gets past Morris at the end, but GK Bass picks up the win here in the full-length Italian Grand Prix. Great performance, great battle from these guys the whole race. But GK timed his move perfectly and held on to win. A great result all around. Really fun race to watch, and fun one to commentate. I hope I did it justice, because this is a really good race, one of the best ones I've ever seen in this league. It's probably the closest top 4 I've ever seen. But GK Bass is the one who comes away with the win. Very, very impressive win. Very good stuff all around. So I think Luigi was able to hold on for second over Morris. Gourd Sauce did pass Morris there right at the end, but he had 3 seconds worth of penalties, so unfortunately he got it done on the track, but he's not on the podium. Not sure if he may be able to appeal that after the fact, so that could be something for the stewards, but as it stands now, we've got GK Bass in first, Luigi in second, and Morris in third, rounding out the podium. Gourd Sauce in fourth, and Definite Beast in the other Mercedes takes fifth. Ace Edge in sixth. Again, he didn't pick up any track limits penalties, and that really helped him out. Same for Nico John in seventh. We had Noob in eighth, Femi in ninth, and Frosty in 10th was our final finisher. We had 4 DNFs on the day: Destroyer, Joe in the Ferrari, Lucas-Aid, and Rusty. Yeah, this was a great race all around. Glad I had the opportunity to watch it and commentate on it for you guys. Hope we managed to catch the action. There was a lot of it, especially up towards the front. Don't want to, always try to highlight the stuff going on throughout the rest of the field as well. But it was hard not to watch the battle up front. Just we had 4 guys so close pretty much throughout the entire race. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Tar Heels 48 presenting Tier 1, Race 11, Season 10 at Monza. Hope you enjoyed the race. I know that I did. And I hope we see you here in about 30 minutes for Tier 2. Alright, thanks for joining.